don't think that the Jay-Z's part of the Illuminati.
I don't fucking know. You know, I guess because of how successful a motherfucker is, you gotta say something bad. Like, I mean, then what else can you say? Like, this man makes great music. He got a beautiful wife. Like, he's super talented and successful at everything he's been trying to do. I mean, ain't too many things you can say, but fuck it, let's say he Illuminati. Something people can't really put their finger on but can speculate. Word up, I think he is too, man. Did you see the cover of his last CD? Like, so it's just something for people to talk about, but man, he good.
Be out here looking for some shit all of the time. You'll find some shit all of the time.
Shut up, heathen.
And at the end of the day, I tried to, anytime I even talked about Illuminati, I would try to make people think about when and where it really became like pop and popular and things like that. In my opinion, I feel like directors and people that do imagery who went to school the last 10 years, these are some things that they learn, which is symbols, different icons, different things to make, whether they be negative, positive, just to get us talking. So if I shoot a video of Vlad and I look behind you, I have these statues behind you. You don't know these two statues behind you. Look, turn around. You don't know them fucking behind you.
Right.
I'm the director. I'm shooting this shit. You don't know this fucking behind you. You fucking titty boy. You Jay-Z. You just standing here with your clothes on and your Hublot. You don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm shooting this shit right here. Boom. You leave. Boom. People go online and say Vlad is an Illuminati. And guess what happened? The views go up. The views don't help Vlad. The views help me, the fucking director. That's why I put this shit over here. That's why I put this shit over here. That's why I put this shit here, because I studied this shit in school the last 10 years. I feel like this some shit last 10 years because Rick James, New Edition, none of these people, Prince, none of these people, I've never heard this word until damn near Jay-Z or Tupac. So that's why I talk about the last so many years. I feel like it's something to do with teachings and things like that, because I've been to school and I'm very smart. And it's something to do to like get people talking. It's like barbershop chatter. It's like, you know, you freeze frame me while I'm doing my hand shit, and now I put up a sign saying I'm fucking I'm crushing the globe. It's just really like, for me, I have questions like this. Is it only in rap? I mean, Denzel Washington has done 100 movies in a row. What group is he in? He's in nothing, because we haven't did that. We haven't said that Floyd Mayweather's just a fucking bomb. Right. He just worked his ass off. He sacrificed. He don't drink. He don't smoke. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things, but you know, in rap, you fuck around and got white fans, nigga. You did some crazy, you know, like shit I can't even think of, fam. And it's slick, ignorant, and if it is something that I don't know about, I'm cool with just not being in it. But in my opinion, my theory of this stuff is something that basically the last, you know, what was pop, 97, so within the last 10 years.
Yeah, the inspiration was like, I mean, the first Crossroads we made, if people don't know, like we did a Crossroads original one that was on our album. And that was for one of our homies that passed away in the hood. So he got killed trying to break up a fight. You know what I'm saying? He got killed. And so we did a song for him. But after Easy signed us, like we had started losing like a lot of our people. Like Wishbone, Uncle Charles got robbed and killed. You know what I'm saying?
I mentioned him on the record.
Lazy Bone lost his child.
God bless.
My cousin was murdered. One of our closest friends was murdered, and this is my brother-in-law.
In the Cleveland area?
Yeah, my brother-in-law was murdered, and every last one of them shot in the head. Every last one of them, except for Lazy's unborn child. Every last one of them shot in the head. Nobody never found for the murder. So it was like, yo, bro, we get on and we doing all this positive stuff, but all this negative shit is happening to us. Like we like, fuck is going on? So we got to pay homage. Let's remix this song and pay them homage. Like we didn't do this song trying to win Grammys. We doing this song for the people that passed away,
right?
And for us to heal and their families. And that shit just was like.
And what does Crossroads actually mean? What does that word actually mean?
Man, Crossroads, like, it's kind of funny because, like, you know, like when we did this song, it's like it's. The song Crossroads is actually like you're going to see the person again at some crossroads and stuff like that.
A road you're going to cross together.
You know what I'm saying? But had I had the knowledge I have now, I probably never would have made the song.
Really?
because I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't like.
Subscribe to that.
Yeah. I have
Because you believe in
a
Illuminati.
lot more knowledge right now. You know what I'm saying?
What does Illuminati have to do with that?
That's what when Wikipedia you, they say you like Illuminati or you think niggas.
No, he don't like the
You think
Illuminati.
niggas in rap is in Illuminati.
I'm all shook up.
It's a level of success where it's a door. It's a door. When you platinum and you getting 50,000 a show, I've been there. There's a door that you could walk in. I'm not sure if it's homo or if it's Illuminati. I just didn't take that though. I went straight.
What do you mean?
Listen. When you get to a level of success, when you getting 30, 40, 50,000 a show, you platinum, you running across the world. There's 3 different doors, right? There's 3 different ways to walk. There's to the left, there's to the right, and then there's straight. Straight is you're on your own. Let's see if you continue this success, young man.
Okay.
Let's see if it's all about your skills, young man. Let's really see that.
Okay.
When you went straight. To the right, I'm not sure if that's the homo shit right there. And then there's to the left, I'm not sure if there's some sacrifice shit going on right there. I'm not sure because I went straight. But I was offered these doors.
It's just you were offered some gay shit?
I don't, no. I'm saying that to the right when I seen it, those was those guys over there. You know what I'm saying? Those different people, which I have no problem with. You know, that's y'all. You feel me? And I just chose to go straight, and I haven't been platinum since.
I got Mr. Lee.
Yeah, I love this drink.
Where you put my
with you.
bag
I like
at?
when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag
Daddy,
at,
I like
Mr.
when
Lee?
you
It's
scrambling
right here,
and
it's right
scraping
here.
for shit.
No, I got
I
notes
like
and
that.
shit. You know, I've been practicing. I got
Yeah.
Mr. Lee.
Yeah, I love this drink.
Where you put my
with you. I
bag
like
at?
when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag
Daddy,
at,
I like
Mr.
when
Lee?
you
Oh, it's right here,
scrambling
it's
and
right
scraping. When
here.
you
Oh, it's right here, it's
scrambling
right
and
here.
scraping for
No.
shit. No?
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna go with that one.
Make a
That
wish.
one.
Just blow it out. It's your
No.
birthday every day.
Every day's your birthday on Drink Champs. God damn it, I'm in.
Where I look
Did you
back
miss
on
me?
where I became.
Did you miss me though? For real, because I'm
I
saying
miss-
it seems like a thing
I
with
miss
this
partying
birthday
with
party,
Puff, man. I
Man,
miss
but I'm
partying
talking about
with
for your
him.
birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
Yeah, we partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party. You know what I'm saying? Eyes, brother.
Oh, man.
Eyes. I understand. I understand. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So check this out. It's me, Tyrese, Ray J, and F. Gary Gray. You know, I'm a type of nigga, I like variety, man. I like people that's unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? I like different personalities. So I was like, I never knew they would become what they are today. But you know what I'm saying? They're like, you know, that sounded like the type of night I want to have in Vegas. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So Tyrese kept on
This is a
talking.
fight. This is a Floyd fight, right?
Yeah. And Tyrese keep on talking about like how you got to get back for church. And we just like, yo, the night ain't start. You got to get back for church. We in motherfucking Vegas, nigga. But like, you can go to church next week. You know what I'm saying? Sending your thing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing, but we in Vegas. Don't be bringing God into this situation. Don't bring God into this situation. You know what I'm saying? F. Gary Gray is like, nigga, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Ray J. So Ray J is like just really like feeling like Ray J right now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, don't do that.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I said let me pick it up.
was talking to
That's why I said I gotta pick it up from right there. This why I gotta pick it up from right there.
Look at this nigga. This is a rabbit, nigga.
Go ahead.
No, Brew.
Killing.
Brew. Come tell the story. Brew, we intoxicated.
Listen.
Brew, you helping me build that beautiful, nice guy, Rastafari brand of yours, huh?
I come
see you,
in,
man.
I'm walking.
Yeah.
To you. Woo! Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday, it's fabulous. The only nigga that got the name that I want. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah.
Let's take a shot for that, boy.
When Wikipedia you, they say you like Illuminati or you think niggas.
No, he don't like the
You think niggas and rap is in Illuminati.
Oh, no, what? No, hell no. What?
That's what the Wikipedia says.
Hey, bro.
The Illuminati wrote that shit.
The Illuminati wrote that.
I think the Illuminati is the most. I think it's bullshit and propaganda, bro. Like because how come when niggas make money they gotta be some part they gotta.
Word.
I'm like, why can't niggas just make money just making money because of what they do?
I can't be smart.
Why they gotta be
money?
part of some secret
I had to kill
society
somebody.
and-
Yeah, I had to get.
I say the conspiracy is the conspiracy.
Yeah, like, and that's conspiracy. Like, I ain't gonna even lie. Like, on my podcast, like, I went down that road a lot of times, but when I started doing the research, I was like, my nigga, I'm not about to go off speculation. I'm only going off facts. And y'all niggas speculating all day. I'm like, show me the facts and we'll talk about it.
I feel like we gotta take another shot for that. I'm just throwing it out there.
Real talk.
I feel like you just want to take a shot.
I feel like we straightened shit out just now. Because your Wikipedia page is crazy.
Yeah, for real. I'm
as
like,
soon as we went there, they said he believes in Illuminati. We said, wait a minute.
Hey, yo,
No, it doesn't say he believes in the Illuminati, bro.
Something like that. Look, I got a hefty shot like you.
Well, no, it does. It says you believe in rappers are in the
It says you
Illuminati.
believe rappers is in Illuminati.
Oh, no. Okay, so they watch my podcast. Okay,
The
so
Wikipedia is watching
This is
the
what
podcast.
this is what I believe. I said on my podcast what I do with my dude out there from Cali. I said, like, because they asked me if I think like rappers are part of the Illuminati. I was like, yo, that's not my place to place them there. But I'm saying if you are purposely throwing up signs, talking shit, that's affiliated, that you know that is affiliated with this organization, then like, I mean, come on. I'm like, what the fuck? If you purposely doing it, what the fuck is everybody supposed to think?
Because I kind of know a blood sign and a Crip sign. I don't know Illuminati sign. What's an Illuminati sign?
Bro, like,
I've heard it's all.
Bro, honestly, look.
I don't know.
No, bro, this was crazy though.
Is it horns?
So apparently, like, it's all this type of shit that I never knew that we were indulged in, bro. This is what's crazy.
I even heard the Illuminati was supposed to be the good guys at one point.
Because if you look at our album covers and shit, there always some mystic shit, always some crazy shit.
Talking about Bone Thugs.
I never knew what this shit was.
That you was putting out?
No. Our first album.
We getting deep.
And then the Thunder's coming. The Illuminati is definitely deep. We gotta watch out now. Come on, man. Drink champs ends after this. I believe in the Illuminati.
Where you go with it? I'm with you. Whatever you say, I believe it. Let's go.
We taking a shot for the Illuminati?
Shot for Illuminati and Crazy Bone. Whatever thought he want to go with it.
Let's go.
I'm going with him.
Cheers.
No, so what I was saying was like, we didn't really understand like all those like signs and
symbols.
You know you got to take it for it.
Man, you don't have to take it, man. Let it live, bro.
What are you talking about, man? We from East 99 together. Come on, let's go.
He got to work after this too.
Yeah.
Oh,
we is too. We gonna be DJ his shit.
You know?
Come on.
So look, so we didn't really understand like what all them signs was. If you look at my fucking Thug Mentality album, bro, they had a nigga. And this was none of my idea. They was like, yo, this shit looks fucking good for the bone.
But who's saying this to you guys? That this looks good?
The record label. They like, yo, this shit is dope. Like, come on. So I'm doing this shit, not even knowing like what these horns mean. None of this shit. I'm like, yo, this shit look dope as fuck. It look like the bone.
Like devil shit?
It looks like bone. Honestly,
like satanic, crazy shit?
Yeah. I'm actually like, it looks like bone sounds. I'm like, oh, goddamn, it's fucked up. It's fucked up, but I'm like, it actually look like bone sounds, so I'm down with it. Let's go. My nigga, so like, years later, I'm on my podcast doing a fucking show about the Illuminati, and I'm looking up the images. I'm like, wait a minute.
It's like your album.
God damn it, wait a minute. These niggas done. I've been bamboozled around this.
They done made you a part of the Illuminati. You ain't even know
what the fuck is going on? Like, yo, I'm like, son, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, all this shit matches with this. And me and my nigga was talking like, yo, okay, I was tricked, y'all. I keep it 100. I didn't know where they was leading me.
But you think people are purposely putting symbols in your shit? Just
Bro, purposely.
You think so?
Yeah, after you 10 million, yeah.
Because I think people got it twisted. Like,
I'm gonna cater to this shit. Let's go. I believe.
You're the caterer?
I'm the caterer.
We rap about, bro, ain't nothing we don't, like, we can't rap about shit we don't know about. It's impossible for us to go in the booth and rap about something I don't even have a passion to write about shit I don't know about.
Right.
So it's like, I only write about shit I lived, I see, I experienced, or I know motherfuckers that went through it.
Right.
So like when we did this song, the Ouija board.
Let's go.
You've done the Ouija board before?
Hold on. I just want to ask. You guys named the song called the Ouija board?
Yeah, you did the Ouija. He just said.
And then, continue. And what happens after this?
So look, we had a song called
Halloween shit popping right now, man.
Yeah, I watch American.
And it's thunder. Yo, chill out, bro.
I watch American Horror Stories. It's my favorite story.
Yeah, we about to have it right
my
here.
favorite shit, man.
So we did a song called Ouija. Like, we played with the Ouija board at one point. Like
in the video.
No. This
like
before
you guys just hanging out.
even made it. Like we played with the Ouija board. One time, Busy and Lazy came to my house. These niggas these niggas came to my house and said, yo,
I did this once too.
We gotta talk to you. I say, talk to me about what? They're like,
who gotta talk to you? The Ouija board?
No.
No. They gotta talk to him to do the Ouija board.
Lazy and Busy came to my house one day and said, yo, we need to talk. I say, okay. Talk about what? They're like, yo, come upstairs. And my room was in the attic. My room was in the attic at my mama's house. So we go upstairs, you know what I'm saying? These niggas put out a Ouija board. Me, I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness. So I'm already knowing off the top. Nigga, what is that? What is you doing with a Ouija
Jehovah
board?
didn't witness that.
He didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Jehovah's not trying to witness that.
Jehovah ain't fucking with that.
But being young, 16, I'm like, okay, come on, let's play it. Everybody told me not to do it. I want to know why they said don't do it as a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want to know why they said don't do it. Yeah, so they came to the house and they're like, yo, we got to show you something. I said, okay, so I go upstairs.
This is crazy right now. This shit is wild.
The rain shit. Yo, so they like...
Trying not to pay attention.
So they like...
to the atmosphere.
Watch this.
Scared too.
And so they started doing it like the... This is why the song starts off. Ouija, are you with me? Because we was like, Ouija, are you with me? Then it was like,
I feel like we should have a Ouija board right now.
Listen, they sitting here like Ouija, are you with me? And I'm looking like, fuck, who the fuck y'all talking to?
Oh, you don't understand the board?
Oh, you didn't know what it was?
No.
They
I'm
trying to talk to the other side.
No, I knew the board. I knew of the board, but I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, now who the fuck y'all talking to? Like, is there somebody in here with us? Let me know. So they like talking and they like, yo, they asking the questions and like,
Jamal, are you in the building?
Like,
and your hand was on it, your fingers? And so
no.
I was saying, so you could feel it.
No, I didn't touch it. I'm looking at them to see if they moving them. I'm like, these niggas trying to trick me. I'm like, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just crazy, bro. Like, so we talk about everything we've experienced. We had some experiences with that Ouija board. I ain't gonna talk about it because it's.
Well, say we talk about everything but the Ouija board.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, because I'm totally against all that. I'm not like we done that as young kids, as young, stupid, young and dumb kids. Me as a man now, I would never, you know what I'm saying? I would never indulge in anything like that because I know what it brings to your life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like at that time, we was like, you know, like let's do it. And so we experienced with it. So we made the experience, and people started talking about we was devil worshippers. I'm like, my dude, like. I'm like, so when you talk about what you experience, like you automatically label.
Yeah, it was like the Marlon Mansons of hip hop.
Yeah, the original horrorcore.
Yeah, horrorcore.
Yeah. Right. I'm like, bro, like we did this, like you know, like just like we talk about.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, just like we talk about.
You didn't know it.
No. Like, I mean, we fuck with it, but it was like, okay, this ain't for us. We figured out where it come from. We cool. And it was just like I said, it was just a time in our past, like something we went through. You know what I'm saying? Like just a phase we went through, and we was like, okay, we done with that, and we never even looked back to that shit. Nobody was like, let's go worship the devil. like ever.
But then they put it in your graphics.
Oh yeah, they put yeah.
That's, I want to tie it in.
No, they did though,
Right.
because they heard our lyrics and they was like, yo, this is what I feel like. I feel like Bone was blackballed in the game because I feel like they were going to use us. They were going to use us for something, but when we didn't like fall in line, right. When they found out that we couldn't be trained or tamed, oh, them niggas dysfunctional. We can't work with them. They on drugs.
Right.
Who on drugs? Them niggas are like, well, huh? Like what? Like,
you would think that with the height of success that I had and the things I was able to do, the amount of records I sold, and actually the amount of I don't want to say political power, but the amount of social power that I was able to achieve, you would think that I would be a prime candidate for just to be, so we could call it something, to be a member of the Illuminati or a member of the elite society or whatever. You would think that they would come at me, and I think they did it sideways though. Nobody never got at me directly and said, we want you to join us and we're doing this. That's never happened. But I will tell you, I've had motherfuckers come at me on some weirdo shit, like on some gay shit. I've had motherfuckers come at me on some, oh, you should do this type shit. And I was like, what? Man, why the fuck would I do that? That made no sense. I view that as being inhuman. I view that as I would never do that. So, and then right when there was some things that I was trying to do that I felt were important, things that I felt would help other people, shit started happening to me. Went to jail for some bullshit. Got convicted. Well, not necessarily convicted, but because I didn't do no real time, but little shit started happening, you know? And I didn't even address the shit really, because who the fuck, when you know, and when you're a celebrity, bro, when something happens, whether it's true or it's not true, once it's been said, for most people it's true, because people don't do research to find out if something is true about a person or not. Whatever they hear, they deem it to be truth. So I didn't go hard on, oh, I didn't do that, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. That never happened. I just let the shit die down, continued on my life. Also, I'm at a point right now in my life where there's a lot of shit I know that I want to tell people. It's a lot of things that I want to teach, but I'm afraid. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm scared because I got 4 grandchildren, and I got children that are in this world. I got people I care about, and I got people that I care about that don't necessarily believe what I believe.
Yeah,
and I'm not. I have no fear of death, and I think that those that would oppose my beliefs, they've probably done enough. If somebody's after me or if somebody's watching me, then they know enough about me to know that I have no fear of death. So killing me don't mean shit. It just confirms that what I said was true. But I do have a fear of them hurting my family. So I'm quiet about certain things. I don't talk about everything I know because I don't want nobody in my family to be hurt. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing to happen to my people. And if I owe them anything, I owe that to them. I owe them their lives, to be able to live their life and not be subjected to any type of harm because of something I did or said.
You still sign with 3-6?
No, I ain't signed with 3-6, but you know, we all signed to the devil, so what can it be? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, so
when you say you signed to the devil, you gotta have some type of spirituality with you by, was you praying when you got shot?
no, I ain't even pray, I ain't do none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to say, nigga, it's and this and I'm the hardest nigga out here and I'm gonna kill everybody around. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I ain't feeling like most niggas feeling about this bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so y'all been doing, so they've been running, so they've been running hypnotized minds like almost since y'all was kids then.
Yeah, but it wasn't hypnotized minds. It was prophet posse. You know what I'm saying? It was 666. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of shit before it was what y'all caught a hold to. You know what I'm
Now
saying?
let me ask you a question, man. Y'all in the South, that's the Bible Belt, man.
Yeah, but a nigga would never be able to tell us which way it was and which way it gonna be. If we believe, I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this, if we was bold enough to use 666 as a group name or 36, you think we weren't smart enough to be able to research what it really meant, what it really is? You know, all our parents made us go to church. You get what I'm saying? See, what people be scared of, they know one thing, but they don't know enough. You know what I'm saying? You get to learn about God, but you never learn about the devil. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, you only speaking on one thing. Not saying roll with the devil, I'm saying give yourself a choice. Give yourself a choice. Huh? Yeah, right. So you know what I'm saying? And then used to say daddy, he was a preacher or some shit like that.
Yeah, he was a reverend. Yeah, he was a reverend,
Yeah, so it's not that you got to be smarter than they tell you is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
They gonna think you one way because they brand that shit in our head.
Well, you know, and it's real sensitive now, man. Any little thing you say, you go piss somebody off. You say one thing about this group, they'll get mad at you.
Yeah, but you got to be smart. You got to learn how to pick your fights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you most definitely got to
learn how to. Yeah, I'm just saying. But when you learn how to pick your fights, it's easy to win.
You're doing really well now, but didn't you release a CD like almost 10 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, I released a gospel record when I was 15 because I grew up in, a household where all I ever did was listen to gospel music, and my parents are both traveling ministers, and so I kind of sang about, what was going on in my life.
Deals with the devil have appeared in Western mythology for a long time, but they really first started catching on in the late 1500s thanks to a man named Johann Faust. Faust was a German alchemist and magician who was alleged to have made a pact with the demon Mephistopheles in return for his soul. His talent became famous after being documented in Christopher Marlowe's play, The Tragical History of Dr. Faustus. 100 years later, the myth first made its way into music thanks to Giuseppe Tartini. In 1713, the devil appeared to Tartini in a dream, and Tartini made a pact for his soul. In the dream, he gave the devil a violin, and the devil performed the most beautiful sonata he had ever heard. Immediately upon waking up, Tartini tried to write down what he heard and created the Violin Sonata in G, better known as the Devil's Trill Sonata. Despite the success of this piece, Tartini wrote that his effort was so inferior to what I had heard that if I could have subsisted on other means, I would have broken my violin and abandoned music forever. It would seem that the devil's interest in violin didn't wane, as rumors of another violinist cohorting with the devil came about a century later. Niccolò Paganini is considered by some to be the greatest violin virtuoso ever to have lived. He started music at the age of 5 on the mandolin, was composing by the age of 7 and performing live at 12. And he was such a virtuoso that the public began to surmise that his talents must have come from dark dealings. On top of his skills, Paganini had a pale, lanky look with long fingers and flaming eyes. The legends of his performances are something else to behold. Some reports say audiences made the sign of the cross as they watched him perform to protect themselves from evil. Other stories have him continuing to play flawless notes on broken strings and contorting his body into weird shapes while performing. One fan even left a Vienna concert claiming he had seen the devil aiding Paganini. At the age of 54, Paganini died, and one of the last things he did before he died was send away a priest who had come to perform last rites. This cemented his association with the devil in many people's minds. Less than 100 years later, legends of the devil meddling in musical affairs started once more. In the 1920s and 30s, a pair of blues musicians in the Mississippi Delta are alleged to have run-ins with the devil. First came Tommy Johnson, a guitar virtuoso known for his eerie yodeling. Johnson's brother Liddell spread the legend of Tommy's Faustian bargain. One night, the story goes, Tommy Johnson went to the Crossroads just before midnight and played guitar until a big black man came up to him, took his guitar, and tuned it. After that, Tommy Johnson could play the guitar like no man alive. Outside of the alleged deal with the devil and his influence on blues music, Johnson's life was rather uneventful though. That can't be said for Robert Johnson, unrelated to Tommy, another musician who apparently made a Faustian bargain. Johnson was one of the most impressive guitar players of his time and one of the most important musicians of all time. And when he was a young man in the late 1920s, he started to play guitar, but apparently he had no talent for it. Fellow bluesman Son House famously remembered how Johnson played the guitar. Such a racket you never heard. It'd make the people mad, you know. They'd come out and say, "Why don't y'all go in and get that guitar away from that boy? He's running people crazy with it." I'd come back in and I'd scold him about it. Then one day Robert Johnson left Robinsonville where he had been living. When he came back, he was a changed man. Johnson returned with incredible guitar skills, sliding around the neck seamlessly while maintaining steady rhythms. Legend has it when Keith Richards first heard Johnson play, he thought it was two guitar players. Rumors started to grow that, like Tommy Johnson before him, Robert had sold his soul to the devil at midnight at a crossroads. And if you listen to Robert Johnson's music, it's easy to believe it too. Atop his virtuoso play, Johnson's lyrics have a haunting desperation to them, and he even sings of his relationship with the devil. Hellhound on My Trail is a masterful song that takes the trope of the rambling bluesman and puts a new spin on it. The reason Johnson is a traveling, wandering vagabond is because he's got hellhounds following him. You could even look at this song as the middle of a trilogy of songs chronicling his run-in with the devil. Crossroad Blues is where he sells his soul, and then the trilogy ends with Me and the Devil Blues, which Johnson was poisoned by a jealous husband and died at just 27 years old. Since Robert Johnson, the devil has continued his relationship with music, but no Faustian bargains like that of Paganini or Robert Johnson have been struck, at least not that we know of.
This is my first time back in America for the past like 3-4 months. I had to get up out this motherfucker for a second. You know, because I love the game so much, and I'm so passionate about it, that I just can't take this shit sometimes. And if they take everything away from me, it wouldn't fucking matter. Artists be too concerned about their well-being sometimes. Artists be too scared to stand up for something. They scared to lose their fucking house. Or they scared to lose their record deal. I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. Lisa came with a few toys like a Happy Meal. I'm spaced out, dog. I be on that moon talk. I wonder if God asked Mike how to moonwalk. You know the entertainer angels. Ajeane for Giselle. Let's exchange.
And I'm Christian, and I feel like I got the best taste on the planet. So that's Jesus. I'm Jesus gang.
Okay.
But the Jewish people and the Muslims are all sons of Abraham also. For the Jewish people, what I'm doing is I'm Me Tooing the Jewish culture. I'm saying, y'all got to stand up and admit to what y'all been doing. And y'all just got away with it for so long that y'all don't even realize what y'all doing. And it's like, y'all can't fuck with me either because y'all behind that gated fence, y'all soft, y'all hands got soft. You ain't out here getting beat up every day like me. You ain't out here getting called crazy every day like me. You ain't out here getting your family snatched like me. You ain't out here half your culture getting aborted like me. You ain't out here getting outraged with false narratives like BLM like me. So for all the Jewish media, y'all want to sit down and have a conversation with me? Then let's have a conversation. But you ain't gonna send Harley Pasternak, Puff Daddy, Meek Mills, Kim Kardashian, none of the usual suspects and get me to stop talking. You're going to have to take my life. I don't care if you Black Mirror me. I don't care if you do some of the alternative, what the thing was, show me talking, saying somebody didn't say. I don't care if you have me fuck a goat on camera. I don't care if you have me fuck a goat on camera. I don't care if you have me fuck a goat on camera. I don't care if you have me fucking a goat on camera.
So then I told Dave, I said, hey man, I'm going to give Chris a goat at the end of the show. He said, what do you mean? I said, what do you mean what I mean? I'm going to go get a goat.
Understand what's happening. This goat has gold chains on, like, what the
What's going on? I've been working all my life. This motherfucker is on stage at Madison Square Garden. And like, yeah.
Dirty bitch, now me and God in sync, like Big and J and Nas, the greatest scapegoat. The lion and the lamb will bow down to the goat.
Some elders don't need to rap, and other elders certainly don't need to try to break down rap lyrics. I, however, am somewhat qualified in the following of rap lyrics. So I was going to try to shoot the man some bail and say, well, perhaps he's still under the deception of astrology and he's a Capricorn and he's talking about himself. No, January 26th. So I really can't find bail for you, bro.
Dirty bitch, now me and God in sync, like Big and J and Nas, the greatest scapegoat. The lion and the lamb will bow down to the goat.
You must think I'm pretty dumb, huh?
You see, in Christian imagery, the idea of the lion and the lamb is well known. It refers to Jesus the Christ, who is the Lion of Judah in Revelation 5:5 and the Lamb of God in John 1:29. Goats, however, in Christian imagery, are used to represent the rebellious, the unclean, and the stubborn, the wicked. If you see the parable of sheep and goats in Matthew chapter 25, verse 31 through 34. The analogy of the parable is the Lord as a shepherd. Sheep tend to listen to the shepherd, while goats tend to be unruly. Luciferians and higher-ranked Satanists know their assignment. They are the goats, and show that they own it by associating with goat imagery, such as this popular depiction of the devil by Satanist Rabbi Eliphas Levi. The picture is known as the Baphomet. It has the head of a goat. Matthew chapter 25, verses 31 through 34. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
I think that we all, as artists, because we're highly sensitive people, and this machine around us, this so-called music industry, is such a demonic thing.
Again, nobody thought that Eminem would be the phenomenon that he ended up becoming. I'm sure Proof didn't believe that. Proof was a member of a black metaphysical Islamic / Hebraic group called the Order of Divine Reality. Dilla was a member, and so was Batin. The guy behind this group will put you in mind of Dr. York. The teachings will put you in mind with Nuwapian teachings, and I maintain that it is a gatekeeping organization here in Detroit. Now, I maintain that Proof showed him some of these teachings.
I'm going to say this again. Took some time on this last night. I think that a group that gives half-truths is worse than a group that is totally ignorant. It is a hate group because it is anti-Semitic. Its platform and the American Nazi platform and the Klan's platform are almost identical. And I have them listed together as part of the Illuminati, not by guesswork, but because I used to have to hand checks to the leaders of the Birch Society. The Birch Society is just like the Masons and many other groups. The point is that people vote in them and that work with them and so on know nothing of their leaders above it. That's why we say over and over, have nothing to do with a group that you don't know 100% about. And when a group tells me they're good and they have secrecy, I say, why if you're good? You only need secrecy if you're bad.
See, here's the thing about the cults and so on. We have a mailing list, a post office box, and people write in, communicate with. There are so many thousands of cults, and most of them go to the disguise of Christian churches today that are teaching this variation from the Word of God and this variation and so on. And the thing here is that I firmly believe is there's one way to the Lord Jesus Christ, or to the Father through the Lord Jesus Christ in Calvary. That's the only way. Through repentance, through a born-again experience. But with the devil, there's always but one. And all these cults are to serve one purpose, to keep your eyes off of Calvary, the only way to make it. And that's why all the television and all the literature out today is so down on the Christians for only one reason, that they try to say they're the only way. They're not saying they're the only way. The Lord Jesus Christ is saying He's the only way. And they try and put you down because you believe that repentance and the blood of Jesus is the only way there. Okay? But it is. And that's why certain well-known ministers today are trying to become popular and say, well, it's possible to make it to heaven other ways. Well, the Bible said there'd be idiots like that in the last days. They was cool. They were really tight. M idolized Proof for showing him these things that gave him credibility in an exclusive secret society, which is the hood here. You know, he helped give him an access granted pass into the rap world. You know, and so M helped bring Proof into certain things as perhaps a show of gratitude. You know, who knows what was in his mind. But Proof, being true to where he was from and true to his religious beliefs, because believe it or not, he was a devout Muslim who studied all sorts of other metaphysical realities as well, the Kabbalah and whatnot too. But, and I know this because we talked about these things. We talked about Nuwabu and the Kabbalah and the Quran and everything. But Proof could not succumb to certain things, and M could. And so by default, he became a sacrifice. Whether or not he was a official sacrifice, people will dispute that until Eminem would say one way or the other something about it, which of course he won't. But I maintain that's part of his grief, that it really hurt him to allow that brother into that area where he could be sacrificed. And Proof told. Proof lost his life on a bar, in a bar, they say after hours on 8 Mile, because of telling, not because of some altercation or some scuffle in a pool game. He wasn't even that type of guy. He was a wise, civilized brother who knew how to act a fool, like we learn here in Detroit. You learn that. But he wasn't like that. He wasn't cut that way. And that was a hit. That was a setup. Okay, we could look at the date it happened, and we could look at all sorts of things around it, but let's get down to the 13th flow. Proof told us about the 13th flow. Proof said that they were taking, when he said they, he said D12. And I believe he said M. But they were taken to a meeting. They got on the elevator. The manager guy turns the key, and see, it really takes, you know, I have to get a hold to a couple of other guys and see if they're willing to come on camera and add in aspects and details they might remember. This has been 10 years, at least 10 years now, that this has not been told. But Proof said anyway, they got on the elevator The manager cat turns the key in between the 12th and 14th floor, and they stop on the 13th floor. They go into a big conference room. Now, I'm telling you the details I remember. I can't give you details I don't remember. And on the conference room table was laid a master tape. At that time, it was still master tapes being used. There's supposed to be a digital way they do this ritual now, but they were still doing it the original way, or the old school way then. And the master tape was laying in the middle of the conference room table, and all of the members of D12 were introduced to this priest guy that was in there in some sort of priestly robe. And they were told, oh yeah, this is priest such and such, or whatever title. And you know, of course, Satanism is never implied explicitly, but Proof wasn't no fool, like I told y'all. So he's listening to this spiel about, yeah, my man, he's prayed over so many different artists' tapes. If he prays over your tape, your sales go up by 85%. You know, you want him to pray with you guys over your master tape so that the spirits can interject themselves into the tape and then take hold of the listener, and then you'll increase your fan base. And Proof wasn't with it. He said that the rest of them did it. That's what he said. He left. He said that when he left that night, they recorded one song. It's the only song on the D12 Devil's Night, okay, Devil's Night tape that he's not on, album that he's not on. There's only one song he's not on because he was the backbone of the group. You got to understand, it was Proof that put all of this together. Proof put M together, and Proof put D12 together. And he needs to be credited for that. But even more than that, he needs to be credited for coming out and telling his community, this little small community I explained to you guys about in 3 videos. He explained to this community about what goes on in the 13th floor. He told us that. That's the most that you can tell. Now, on top of that, and this is the last piece, he was shooting a movie, of which I happen to be an extra. A friend of mine, a mutual friend, called me up, asked me that I want to be an extra, a member in his crew for this movie he's shooting. Proof is behind the movie, and Dogmatic, K-Stone is behind the movie, and you know, I want you to come down, blah blah blah, and be a member of my crew. I said, cool. So and you know, I gets down there. I saw Proof on the set. You know, we spoke or whatever. He did not call me down to the movie, to my understanding. But the spirit realm is orchestrating all of this because we were a part of the devil's game. The music industry is the devil's game. So once you sign on to the devil's game, certain things can happen to you by proxy, by default. You don't have nothing to do with it. You're not knowledgeable of it, conscious of it, but it's still going to happen to you. So I had to be drawn into these things so I could bring certain things to you guys that I brought to you today and that I bring to you in general with my videos. I know some are better than others. I try to do a better job each time that I do one because this is new to me. But again, you know, performing and rhyming and things of that nature, that was my thing, and that had to be for something. Now that's not my thing, but that had to be for something. What happens in your life, what happens to you, is never for nothing. It's never all for naught. This was what was supposed to happen to bring me to where I am today and to be who I am today, which is nothing but what God has made me, and what God continues to make me is all I'm going to be. And so I just wanted you guys to know that, you know, the story that you hear John Todd tell, ironically, we had just heard a John Todd tape, I don't know, maybe a week or 2 before Proof comes back to the D from wherever he was at. Again, some of these details, I can fill in some of these details for you guys if you're interested, because I know who to call and get them from, or how to call and get them. But you know, he had came back, and we were abuzz. And when I say we, I mean the people who would meet in my basement. And these were Detroit rap luminaries, okay? We would meet in my basement and exchange information about consciousness, about the government, what they were doing, about mind control, about witchcraft in the music, rock and roll, though. We didn't mess with rap. We just didn't think it was there. silly us.
I mean, how did you feel when you heard that Sony, I think it was back in the UK, had jacked the prices up of Whitney's album?
It reminds me.
Within an hour or so of her dying.
Yeah, that reminds me of the time I had a manager once who said to me, actually said to me, you know, you're worth more money dead than alive.